This episode of MMA Nuts is brought to you by Hayabusa, the leader in combat sports gear. Get 20% off with code MMA Nuts at HayabusaFight.com. HostGator, the leader in hosting. Save 40% off shared hosting with code MMA40.
Protect-A-Bed. Shield your mattress and pillows from allergens, dust mites, and moisture. Visit ProtectABed.com and save 20% with code MMA Nuts.
Defense Soap, the ultimate soap for wrestlers, jiu-jitsu, and MMA athletes. Get 15% off with code MMA Nuts at DefenseSoap.com. Hey fans, it's MMA Nuts, episode 252.
252.
My name is Ingo Weigel.
Matt Griffith, the MMA show. By my fans, for my fans, we're walking the line between serious and ridiculous. Feels like I'm home whenever I say that.
It does. It does. Do you want to know what's ridiculous?
What?
Have you been watching this BattleBots thing on TV?
No.
With Kenny Florian?
No.
Dude, it's freaking awesome.
When does this shit run?
Huh?
When does this run?
Sunday nights. Just TiVo that shit.
Fucking TiVo.
Awesome.
Make
It's
it
awesome.
happen.
They're on episode 5 right now. It's a tournament format. Dude, this shit's getting good. There was a badass.
Do they fight multiple times per night?
No.
Or do they have to do repairs?
No, they have to do repairs.
Okay.
Although I wonder now because I think they may tape 2 shows back to back. So like, because they were talking about staying up all night and repairing their bot or whatever. Man, there's like fire and crazy shit and the smashing hammer, and some of the different designs are cool because some bots get flipped over and then they're fucked. Another one like caught on fire and smoking. It's like they had one match today that was like insane. It went the whole time, and they were just one guy even because I think if you can't move, they count you down like a 10 count. So the other guy, because he couldn't move, he flipped him over on purpose so they could go at it again because it was such a good match. So I recommend you guys check this out. Kenny Florian.
Are the rules? Can I just have a big magnet on mine and
No.
just stick mine to another?
No.
You can't beat me. I'm you.
No, but that one guy had
And hack him?
magnetized tracks, hoping he wouldn't get flipped over, and it didn't work.
No.
So, the commentary's good. Kenny Florian's in there. He seems to enjoy it. I don't think he's bullshitting. They got the one hot chick on there who's like.
It seems like that's the go-to. Have a hot chick.
They have actually 2 hot chicks.
The family's watching lip syncing show, whatever that thing is.
American Idol?
No, lip syncing show.
Lip syncing show.
Jimmy Fallon used to do it on his show. Now there's a lip sync battle.
Oh.
Hosted by LL Cool J.
Never saw that. Is that good?
I don't watch it. I don't know. But they just have a hot
By
chick
the
in the
family,
background.
That means not him.
Right, the family, not me. But in the background, they have a hot chick. And every time I come up and see what's going on, the hot chick's just like, woo, shaking her tits. Like, what the fuck is this shit? So is this stand? Do we need a hot chick to stand in and shake her tits every once in a while? Yes.
I'm not thinking that will go over well in my household.
Oh Jesus! Nobody watches this show
No
in our
fun.
household.
So, my wife is up on the Facebook. Watch this on Facebook.
Oh, that's right. I need to post more titty posts.
Yes.
Done.
Just block her.
Done. I will.
Just block her.
You are so fired for our Facebook.
What else is going on? I don't know.
Hemorrhoids. Nothing.
Oh Jesus.
Just kidding.
I think I'm feeling it already.
Huh?
I think I'm feeling it already.
For
Feeling
you.
a little goofy.
Good for you. I
Oh,
told
brother.
you. Anyways, so Frank Mir is Todd Duffee.
Yes.
Frank the Tank back in the house. Oh,
He
Jesus.
came out like a tank.
Wow, man. Who knew? I never thought this fucking Frank Mir, advancing of age. I think he lost like a whole bunch of fights, at least 3 in a row,
Yep.
if not more.
Yep.
And Mr. Duffee talking a little bit of smack. Frank Mir.
Fired up the old dog.
Not appreciative.
Yes.
And if you're Todd Duffee, I don't think you can go full retard when you're fighting, because it almost seemed like the video game scenario again, where someone's spamming right hooks,
Pretty much.
and then like you hold the button down for extra power, and he's fucking winging them from back here like a goddamn windmill.
Yep.
And against someone like Frank Mir, who just kind of like took a step back, crack.
Oh, yeah.
That may be KO of the fucking century.
It could be. He went down like someone shot him.
Oh my god! I thought like
He's
Steve
dead.
Buscemi's a sniper in the background, just capping people.
Yeah.
Holy fuck! When you go down face first, and you're a fucking massive heavyweight.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Well, I think the last time that I remember a knockout like that was like Rashad Evans on Chuck Liddell. Remember how he felt like he just went limp?
Yes.
So,
And then add 50 pounds to,
or 100.
whatever Duffy's weighing. Holy
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't know what the story is, and I feel like Duffy's head got bigger or something. He
It
looks
might be
head
the
look-
HGH.
Could be.
That's neither here nor there.
Um,
It's a legend.
But I don't know what got into Frank Mir. He said that he had planned to be technical. But
Yeah.
it didn't really happen.
It's something about sometimes you got to be the bull or
But
be
you
the
can
young
still-
bull,
But
Newt
he
bull.
still be the matador or something.
Yes.
It was a good line.
Yeah, whatever he
He
said.
had a good line.
Butchering
Gotta love
it.
you some Frank Mir. My takeaway from this fight was no disrespect to Frank, no, not taking away any credit he deserves.
Right.
He looked very slow.
Yeah.
I'm
You're not saying this is the resurgence from Frank Mir. You're attributing it more to Todd Duffee with a bad game plan.
Right. I feel like he capitalized
Okay.
with good boxing, but I'm going to go ahead and say that he's definitely not very fast, not a quick striker. And against someone like Kane or, I don't even know, like, who else do you want to think? Most of the heavyweight division at this point, Verdum, I think he's going to have a hard time in the boxing division. Are you okay over there? What are you doing? Are you
Feeling
playing-
myself.
Are you playing? What are you on right now? Like, ooh, I feel nice. I feel so nice. Just start rubbing his nipples. Just like, he looked slow, man. He looked real slow. And
Doesn't matter. He's got KO power, both hands, and go.
I would have liked to see this go to the ground, though. Would have been good.
Yeah. Well, at that point, Duffy's gonna lose a fucking limb.
Yes.
Full show.
So we'll see. Frank wants to go title shot.
I don't think that's a good idea. I think he's ranked number 10. Around
From
there.
10 to 1.
I'd say take it easy. I think a good change of speed for the man right now would be a Ben Rothwell because he's coming off of a bunch of wins, and Frank Mir's coming off a bunch of wins.
Ben Rothwell.
At least
interesting.
2.
Hadn't thought of that one. That's a good one. I like it.
Seems to make the most sense. And then they can kind of sort out who's going to advance if they both want to get to the title.
Let the paramedics sort him out.
Yes.
Yeah. We
Man.
still have that, there's a whole Overeem, Cain Velasquez.
Yeah. I think they need to fight in the bottom tier of the top 10.
Sure.
I mean,
Keep it
Overeem's
exciting.
kind of down there too, though. But
Yeah.
You could throw him.
Well, Frank already did that one, right?
I don't know.
Did he? I think he did.
I think it should be Rothwell. Rothwell out. Either that or Fedor.
Well, there is that.
But let's save that for later.
Say that. I thought maybe you were trying to segue on me.
No, not yet. I want to talk about this other blasphemous fight as we're moving right along. I need to take a sip of something. One of my tasty beverages.
Your tasty beverage.
And some caffeine. Bisping, Thales Leites. So, it seems like there was a little controversy. I don't know. It's like anytime Michael
Bisping fight?
Bisping fights.
No.
I think more so after the fight.
How was his eye? I didn't watch this, actually. I was
Gang banged.
Burned out on MMA. at this
Gang
point.
banged.
Really?
Yes.
Not good. Did they put oil in it
Always.
in between rounds?
Jizz.
Jizz. The jizz.
It's a male semen. That's the
Queer
only
some
thing
young
that can
guy.
help him see straight.
Perfect.
Queer eye for the straight guy.
Yes.
Something like that.
Is that how it goes?
I don't know. I thought that was a TV show once.
Queer guy for the straight.
Queer eye for the straight guy.
Okay, sure.
I don't know. I'd be way off base here.
You came up with that pretty quick.
I'm ready to go. Drop of a hat.
Okay.
So,
What was your take on this fight?
draw.
Did
Draw and go. Nobody wins here.
he spit on anyone's corner?
I didn't see a spit.
Was there any eye pokes?
A couple.
Groin kicks?
One.
There really was?
Yes.
Okay.
Leites got one early.
Okay.
So you covered all the bases.
Did Mike come out fired up?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
Like hitting himself, pacing around like a rabid dog?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
But so when I scored the fight, I looked at round 1. I'll give you the 2 real close ones in my book. It was round 1 and round 5. Round 1 I gave the Bisping, and then 2 and 3 Leites, 4 Bisping, 5 in my book was a draw. So can I judge it for either guy? It's a fucking coin flip, and I think a split decision is probably the right decision, but Michael Bisping's not going to lose in any
this was in Scotland.
European type country that's
Scotland.
yeah.
Okay.
So did he get a favorable decision? Maybe. Draw. I think the biggest takeaway is after the fight, what Bisping was saying. He says he wants cheating motherfuckers Hendo or Belfort, then a title shot.
Okay.
Mr. Bisping, you have to remember when you fought Dan Henderson, and when you fought Vitor Belfort, TRT, testosterone replacement therapy, was legal, and both fighters had a therapeutic use exemption. So cheaters, they are not, sir. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Well.
And so, if you want to call out a cheater, why don't you call out Anderson Silva and fight him? That's all I'm saying.
The spider.
Fight the spider!
Who's still like in hibernation at this point.
Exactly. We're only, fucking 7 months, both him and Nick Diaz,
Yep.
7 months later. Don't know what the fuck's going on with them, but...
Bisping did set a record for most significant strikes landed in the UFC in this fight, surpassing GSP and Frankie Edgar.
Both decision fighters at best.
Yes. What does that tell you?
You can land a lot of strikes, but you're not going to have a lot of power. It's cardio.
Pillow hands.
That's the trade-off.
Cardio, I see. And he had a pretty gruesome toe injury.
Yeah, I don't know if we have the rights, but if I do, here they go.
It was hard to watch. It was like reminding me of the John Jones toe injury.
Did it look like the bone went through the bottom of his toe?
Or something. Or the
skin
just split and
flapped
filleted his big toe. Like, just nastily.
Good for him.
Gross. Tough as
It
shit.
looked like it happened in the 4th round because every time he was stepping, he was leaving like a little blood spot on the octagon. I was watching it with my youngest daughter. Like, hey, look at every time he takes a step, he's leaving a little imprint.
There's no doubt these guys are tough as shit because, I mean, lately it seems like there's a lot more injuries that happen
because there's less juice
during a fight. Maybe. I don't know. But the pain tolerance has got to be ridiculous, right?
Yeah, well, it's just the adrenaline. You have so much from the fight that you're not feeling that until you go backstage and start calming down.
Like,
probably an hour afterwards, it's like, fuck, not good, not good. Hit me, Doc, hit me. Woo, morphine.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So next for him, Anderson Silva or go fuck yourself. That's where I'm going.
Anderson the Spider.
Silva. I don't feel like blowing everybody's eardrums out with
thank you.
Pride style introduction. Unless you want it. I'm going to pass.
Okay.
Get into some news.
The news. Hey, segueing into this.
What?
Cormier and Alexander Gustafsson were announced to be
Is this the one where we were going, what? Who is fighting in like 2 months?
UFC 192 in Houston, October 3rd.
That was the one that didn't have a main event. That's the one that doesn't even have a card, right? It was TBD?
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. And there are rumors going around, too, not to change the subject, that Conor McGregor, Jose Aldo may happen in Dallas at the big stadium.
How many can they sit there?
I think like 80,000, 100,000. I don't know. Some ridiculous
Do you think
number.
they'll fill it if they fight? I guess maybe it depends who else is on the card. I don't know if
fight alone,
the two of them can sell it.
I think we need a couple.
And then another title fight. John Jones comes back.
And Ronda Rousey's on the card.
Holy fuck. Put everybody on it. Why not? 3 title fights.
And Andrei Arlovski versus Fedor.
No, don't do that to him. I know he wants that fight, but don't make him
fight Fedor.
No, not. But it may work out because if you want to fight a guy who's been out for 3 years, whoever fights him first is gonna have the best chance.
Of course.
So maybe that is a good fight.
Could be. They gotta the card's got to be bigger than that. It can't be just one title fight.
How many title fights could you put on? Could you do 5?
3, 4.
The whole fucking main card title fights. Just blow it all
5
out.
5 title fights.
Holy
blow it
shit.
out, and it's $89 for the pay-per-view. I'm in.
Fine. Pride rules.
Even $100.
Can I get, and have one Pride rule fight?
Perfect.
Which will never get sanctioned.
Perfect.
Like, okay.
It's Texas. They don't give a shit.
Fuck, man. I'm in. I like where we're going with this. All title fights. Except for you have to be 155 pounds or heavier.
Yes. Not the Pirates.
Except for the women.
Yeah, Ronda
Rousey. But you could even have
Ronda Rousey versus Cyborg on that card. Oh my God!
And fuck it, 140-pound catch weight, 5 rounds though.
Oh yeah.
Ain't going 5.
Well, it's not. No.
Okay, so
those
you
two
have.
Can't go 5 rounds.
I think just those 2 fights alone, you could sell it. Done.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but not for $100.
No, but then you add all the other title fights and whoever would be around or available at that time. Because I want to say Weidman Rockhold. I think has a home already, but maybe not.
Nah, I mean, it would be okay. I'm thinking a heavyweight title fight would be better. You know?
Yeah, who's Verdum going to fight? The Verdum Arlovski? That's
Fedor!
okay. That makes a lot of sense. So. Fuck it. It doesn't even have to be the title fight. I'm okay for that one. So you have those three fights. Here. I love it.
They can't, no, because they're not going to bring Fedor into the UFC.
Why not? You bring Fedor in. You bring Cyborg in.
On some crazy high-end card, they're going to have to pay ridiculous money.
Well, that's the problem. You got to save Fedor for later. But
I'm getting ahead of myself.
But I like where we're going here.
Me too. We should be Sean Shelby.
We should. You should listen to us.
Yes.
We have ideas. We think about things.
Yes.
What else? So speaking of all this stuff, let's go into the Fedor stuff. So Fedor announces he's going to come back to MMA. He's ready to fight a top 10 heavyweight.
I like it. Took a couple years off.
Two tree.
Question
is, where is he going to fall? You have UFC, Bellator, World Series of Fighting, ONE FC. It's pretty much down to those four. In reality, it's probably UFC or Bellator.
I think it's Bellator. I think Coker and him have a good relationship.
Yeah.
It's a perfect fit for them as far as the type of fighters they've been signing, right? He just needs an opponent. So
that's the challenge.
Randy Couture.
Couture was asked about it, and he was very non-committal. I don't really want to see Couture that hasn't fought in X amount of years. He's 51 now, I think.
He's very old.
Against Fedor. But you have to look at Fedor before when the UFC was trying to sign him. They're always looking to co-promote their fucking M1 bullshit, right?
Yes.
So no chance he's coming to the UFC. I'll say it here now. Bellator, you see as they're doing with this Glory cross promotion, they're not afraid to cross promote.
Nope.
Fuck, you want to have Fedor fight someone and cross promote something else? Fine.
Do it.
Who cares? Done. The only problem is, who do you have? Czech Congo? Like, who's the name is in a heavyweight that they can pull
they need a big name. They need somebody who's recognizable.
BJ Penn.
Yeah.
A motivated BJ Penn, Ingo.
Okay.
Special rules.
Like twice his weight.
He doesn't care. He'll go up to Fedor weight.
He probably already weighs Fedor.
Fedor can fight at 205.
Who else do we got? Tommy put an article together. Brock's on the list. Randy Couture's on the list.
No.
Arlovsky's on the list. Verdum's on the list.
For me, like, I guess I'll ask you, like, who would you want to see him fight the most?
Fedor?
For me, it would be Verdum. If I have to choose anybody, I don't give a fuck, org or not, I want to see him fight Verdum.
Brock Lesnar.
I don't want to see it.
You don't want to see it?
It's never going to happen. He's done. His MMA days are over, Ingo.
I don't know if that's a big enough paycheck for him to get serious.
Would you want to come back? If you're Brock Lesnar, would you want to come back and fight Fedor? Even though Fedor has been out for 3 years.
Well, no.
He doesn't want to get punched.
No,
he's done.
That
the ship has sailed.
He's got a big right hand. It's very dangerous.
He's speedy quick with that fucker.
Yes.
Ask, like, Arlovsky, Brett Rogers, like, everybody murdered
he drops
with that fucker.
His level, and then he
gets 100% off balance.
It's like,
with everything and his mother behind it.
Yeah. Scary.
Holy shit.
Yep. So
you don't want to be on the receiving end of that.
I like it. I feel like, and I just want to say this now because I want us to be first. I feel like the MMA cave is done. I think we're on the rise. Things are 100%.
Happening. This is like a golden era.
Things are happening.
You know? They are. So, surging right now. Do you feel it?
Almost.
Feel it?
I think things are there. It's almost like like a story that's being told.
Precipice?
Precipice. You got the Rousey Cyborg thing. You got the Fedor coming back. You know, you got the
Conor McGregor,
who may end up being the biggest star the UFC's ever had if he continues this.
And rumors of that pay-per-view at 700 to 1.1 million pay-per-view buys. And someone said it did. Conor McGregor in that one fight may have done more pay-per-view buys than fucking all of Jose Aldo's last 4 or 5 fights combined.
Yeah.
So all that added in.
It's crazy. Anderson Silva's still in the mix. We got, Nick Diaz is out there. There's a lot of things happening, and it's exciting. I love it. I think it's going to be great.
Fuck yeah. Sport. I'm ready for it.
What else you got?
I don't even have to move anything. Jose Aldo, I don't know if it was a press conference or an interview, asking him about, what do you like? You like these UFC Reebok uniforms? shit. They look like Power Rangers.
Scheiße.
And then I asked him about this IV ban. He's like, I don't care. I'm still going to use an IV. I'll just go to across the street to some other hotel and IV up. What are you going to do? Stop me from fighting? Like the balls on this guy.
Yes.
I have a lot of respect for this man. And then you can see, obviously, why they made an interim belt. This guy's a fucking loose cannon.
That's crazy. He needs to go to Bellator.
I love it.
Yeah.
He was like the king, and now with Conor McGregor coming up, they're making Aldo the queen.
Pretty much. But Dana was spouting off about how he's the greatest pound-for-pound fighter, like
When?
after Anderson and all that shit went down. You know, that was his new poster boy.
Right.
And all of a sudden, like, go under the rug. See you
Yeah,
later.
because he talks
mouthing
shit about the UFC, and once you do that, you're blacklisted.
Yep.
You're fucking
all done.
blackballed.
So we'll see. We'll see if
They
that,
should cut him.
yeah. We'll see if that fight
They
ever
won't.
happens.
Which one?
The Conor McGregor, Jose Aldo. It may never happen.
It could. Could be one of those ones like the Rousey Cyborg, always talking about, never happened. I mean, this one seems to be closer.
GSP
but
Anderson Silva, at least they're in the same weight class.
yeah.
Well, although if they both can't use IV bags, I don't think either one of them can make 145.
Well, you still do it, but it's going to be more of a challenge.
Brutal.
It's going
Death.
to be a little bit of a challenge.
Oh my God.
But then, too, like, I think he was saying in that same interview that you could just say you don't feel good and go to the doctor, and they're going to have to administer an IV. They're not going to deny you an IV.
You said that?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I think that's a good point.
Can they stop him from
How,
fighting?
if you went to the hospital and said, you know, I cut all this weight, and oh my God, I'm going to pass out or something, the first thing they're going to do is jam you with a fucking IV.
Right, but wouldn't that mean he couldn't fight?
Why?
Because, like, what if they jam
That's
you
USADA. Again,
that's
it's
like,
USADA
if they jam you with
regulation.
steroids, the doctor said it was okay. Jam me up. It's all good.
Well, yeah, I think it would. Maybe it's even an athletic commission doctor at that point. They can't deny you an IV. I still have a problem with this USADA bullshit. They are not the
Yeah.
ones regulating the sport. They're a third party. The athletic commission is the ones who are in charge. So
I agree.
they can go fuck themselves.
Speaking of steroids, I think somebody else got banned for a year again, right? Didn't some,
Yeah, someone tested positive
I'm
at
trying to bring it up
UFC. I think it was 188.
right now.
I
Yeah.
forgot the guy's name. So I guess we're going to go to the 1 year bans and not the 2 to 4 years that they wanted to do.
Yeah, they're being pretty lenient on this shit.
And that's how they should be. It should be 1 year. It should be nothing in my book, but you're going to ban someone.
Montano. Augusta Montano.
But that happened after July 1st.
Yeah.
But are they looking, they must be looking at the event date. This is an older date, so they don't give a shit yet.
Yeah, he failed his June 13th
Yeah, so you're
test.
still good.
So he's all right. So a year's good. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. A lot of things have changed.
Yeah, so a lot of things have changed and a lot of things haven't.
The more things, what is it?
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
That's right.
Gang bang.
What? Gangbang.
Why are you trying to slip words into my mouth?
It's better than slipping something else in your mouth. Boom, boom.
I'll be here all night.
Thank you.
We gotta give you some sound effects in the background.
All right.
I'll
what
set them
else
up,
you
you
got?
knock them down.
News-wise.
I want to talk about this domestic violence shit again.
What do you mean?
Well,
As I laugh.
you
Domestic violence.
love beating women. And now you come home, drink a six-pack.
What's that old
from
joke?
beating your wife.
What do you tell a chick with two black eyes? Nothing.
What's
You
that?
already told her twice.
Jesus Christ.
No, just,
Here we go.
I'm kidding.
Send hate mail to ingo.weigel at
Oh,
MMAnuts.com.
Here comes, what is it like PETA? The PETA for like abuse victims. What is it called?
What do you mean?
You know, like the cause that's like supporting, anti-women abuse.
Anti-beat women?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm totally against that, by the way.
The cause of
Yes,
that company.
against the cause.
Fuck that company. You should be able to beat a woman regardless. I come home from
Oh my
work. It's
God.
been a long day.
Just
Gotta take it out on
start
somebody.
beating.
If I have a belt on, good lord.
Beat away.
Joking.
I'm feeling a little silly, Matt.
Just joking. I see that. So anyway, where we're going is Real Sports with Brian Gumbel, apparently on Tuesday of this week.
HBO, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They're going to be doing a story about domestic violence in MMA, interesting that we're going to focus on MMA and not combat sports in general, or sports in general. I think they did some on football, but I don't know why they're singling out MMA in general, because it seems maybe MMA is getting popular and it's time to beat the sport down a little bit.
It's hitting the mainstream.
So we'll see. They're usually pretty fair with how they cover topics. It's just a little concerning when you hear it now, and there's been a lot of shit, and there's a lot of people that, I mean, fucking, you can look at War Machine as the poster boy for this shit, and that's going to be a problem.
That dude's just nuts.
Right. I mean, it's the same thing, like, just because someone goes out and kills a bunch of people with a gun, it's not the problem with the gun, it's the problem with the fucking person.
Right.
Like, there's bad people, so...
Which just happened over...
and of course it's
some guy.
Oh my God, a fucking terrorist! And no. Guess what? And it's the #1 story. It's such. Yes, some people lost their lives, as we get a little tangent, but at the end of the day, it's not the biggest deal in the fucking world. Sorry.
Yeah.
Ban knives.
I agree.
It's the butchers.
Yes.
So anyway, we'll see how they fucking cover this.
I'm sure it'll be rough.
Ronda Rousey. That was the other point. She had just won an ESPY and made some comment to Mayweather about how does it feel to lose to a woman for once, something along those lines.
Get beat by a woman?
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. So everyone's making a push.
Domestic
I think we should just ban MMA.
Ban domestic
I think that's where we're going. Fuck it.
Well,
why have a sport?
Well, I think the combat sports thing you're talking, or I think contact sports may be a better even, because like anytime you take trauma to the brain, I think that there's a tendency for shit to go haywire. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting. I'm curious how they're going to cover this, because I did watch the football one, and I think there was one relating to like hockey or something too at some point. So I do like Brian Gumbel. The one guy that creeps me out on that show is that
vampire,
the old dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know who you're talking about. I don't know his name. He's the vampire.
He hasn't changed in years. He just always looks the same. I'm like, what the fuck?
He's just waiting for him to bite.
Probably. Yeah. So we'll see how they cover that. So that's this Tuesday on HBO.
Yes.
If you don't catch it, if you have HBO, you just go to you can check it out on HBO Go too, I'm sure. So it's like we're being sponsored by HBO. We should be.
Should be. Love them.
Yes.
They have all the good shows.
Well, not right now.
Not so much. We're in a bit of a lull.
Yeah.
Talking about how MMA is on the upswing, HBO series are on the downswing.
Yeah, the Brink and Ballers just blows. True Detective, I'm hoping they can, salvage this thing. It's episode 5 tonight. 4 was pretty crazy at the end, so we'll see. But right now, I'm not loving HBO shows.
Not so much.
No. What's coming up in the fall? What do we have to look forward to? Anything? I haven't seen any commercials for anything, which is weird.
No idea.
Yeah. There's no like Boardwalk Empire. It's all done.
No, like everything died.
Yeah. We need some new IP, Matt.
That's right. International pussy.
I like the way you think.
Ask the Nuts.
Or domestic pussy.
Pound sign. Ask the Nuts. Ingo. Ryan Smith asks, bigger mismatch in your opinion? John Jones versus Chael Sonnen? Anderson Silva versus Stephan Bonner? Or Ronda Rousey versus Beth Kohara?
Did Anderson Silva fight Stephan Bonner? Oh, he did, yeah.
Yes. So what do you think? Well, the problem is we haven't seen the third matchup yet. But, that's a fucking squash match.
So you say. I'm interested.
You're interested in her ass,
curious.
But anyway.
Absolutely. I want ass everywhere. It's going to be interesting to see. Because Betch could light up Rousey.
Well,
but probably not going to happen.
She could match Sarah. GSP.
Oh, yeah. Spitting shit. They're all mismatches. But you wouldn't have guessed a Stephan Bonner would have been such a mismatch.
Well, I thought that one was. Yeah. In my book, that's the biggest one until I see what happens in this Ronda Rousey.
With the TRT, juice to the gills.
Yeah, it didn't fucking matter. Well, that's like when Anderson Silva fought Forrest Griffin. I didn't think that was a mismatch going in. I thought there was a discrepancy in the two. I didn't think it was to that level.
It was such a mismatch, it looked fixed.
Yes, because Forrest is slipping or throwing the punches in succession of the way that Anderson's going to slip.
Yeah.
Like, oh, bink. Yeah. Oh, no. Run away! Run! Just fucking get out!
I think his wife was having a baby, too. So
probably. He had to go.
He had to get out.
Good places.
Okay, next question.
Ramsey's Buggerin.
Oh. Thank you, Ramses. He's from Capritos.
Do I say the name right? Fuck it up.
Sure.
It's all good. Where can I find somewhere to train UFC?
I believe you already trained the UFC at Capritos gym.
That's right.
So
train it harder, train it more. Yes. Harder, stronger, something or?
He's asking the questions.
Yes. Jeff Ellsbury, what organization do you see Fedor going to when he comes back?
Bellator.
Could he be a lactating Bigfoot?
No.
Bellator, and yes.
I don't think he was ever on the juice.
Who?
Fedor.
No, he's talking about Bigfoot. Like if he
beat a lactate. Oh yes, of course he could.
You're a mess already.
I'm a mess.
Rick Gregg, what do you think about the new uniforms?
Horrible.
Yes. And actually, I don't know if there's a MMA Nuts logo. If you notice the left nut and the MMA Nuts,
he does kind of
looks kind of similar to
weird,
the Reebok.
Right?
They might have copied. Yes. That logo is copyrighted.
We should send the letter.
Stop infringing on our
lawyers.
IP.
That's right.
International pussy.
Yes, pay us royalties in triplicate.
Yes.
Whatever that means.
In perpetuity, motherfucker.
That's right.
Perpetuities. I'm going to add an S on for more power. Doesn't last long enough. It's like
I love that
Chuck E.
word.
Cheese's.
Nobody knows what that word means, but it means forever.
That's right. Forever. And then I put an S on top of it. It's like forever and then some.
Why couldn't they just say in forever?
Right. Because you got to be all technical and your lawyer jargon. Go fuck yourself with that shit. All right. Jamoni, stay seated. These are about 100 questions, all valid.
Is this a real name?
Probably not.
Or is this a handle?
It's all good.
Okay, go for it.
It's all good. I like handles.
All right.
There are a lot of fun fights for Conor McGregor in the future. A few that makes me put my hands down, my pants. Ooh, nice. Like where we're going here. Conor McGregor versus Anthony Pettis. Conor McGregor versus Donald Cerrone. What do you guys think about my homosexuality and the matchups?
You can be homosexual.
Approved.
Matchups, sure. I like both of those. I don't know that they make sense at this point, but maybe.
I think just fucking fight whoever you want.
Yeah.
Fuck weight classes. McGregor versus Mendes. Can you do 12-6 elbows from the guard, or is it called 6-12 elbows because you're off your back? What are the MMA rules on that? Well, you can do it wherever as long as it's not gravity assisted.
Is that the rule?
Technical definition. So the
So
straight up stupid. Well, I think what we need to do is just these fucking rules written how many 20 years ago? We established a bunch of shit. Maybe time to update said rules. I know Mark Ratner from the UFC was looking into changing the downed opponent where you knee because people keep playing the fucking game. Why not rewrite a bunch of the rules? Because there's a bunch of stupid shit in there. This being another one of the rules.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of it.
I like it.
Dana White had a huge smile on UFC 189 when he put the interim belt on McGregor. If Mendes did win, will that same happy face be there on Dana's face putting on the belt on Mendes?
Of course not.
He is so transparent.
Silly question.
He may have killed himself right there. You guys just pulled out the gun.
I'm done.
It's over. If we made the bet, what do we do? That would have been the worst thing ever for the UFC. God, that didn't happen. It's much better at anyone. Lawler versus McDonald. I was more impressed with Lawler's takedown defense rather than Lawler's heart. Usually, McDonald's offensive takedown is there, and Lawler declined all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Was that impressive?
Not really, because I think he's been working on that for quite a while. I mean, he was able to do that against Hendricks, and who did he fight before that? GSP? Did he fight GSP? He never fought GSP. No, but I feel like his takedown defense has been. Did he fight King Mo? No, I don't even know. Fucking can't remember. But I'm telling you right now, his takedown defense was amazing for the last 2 years. But seriously, there's a guy who resurged, and if the truest word of the resurgence.
I would never have thought that.
No,
I thought Rory McDonald would have won that fight too.
Really?
Oh, I thought it was a 50-50 going in, but
if it went to decision, he would have won that fight.
Right.
He needed another 3 minutes or whatever,
or another better skin on his face because it just kept falling off. Like, God damn, man.
Horrible fight. So
maybe use the sauna more often. I don't know. You need better skin. In my opinion, I believe the best pound-for-pound fighter is John Jones. Here's why. We're just moving right along. Don't worry.
Okay.
He basically cleaned out his division. He probably could beat everyone in the heavyweight division if he does not get caught. The only person that was on the fence was Cain Velasquez, but after seeing Verdum fight, Cain will tap. I believe Jones can evenly stand with Cain, and Jones' submission is no joke. What do you guys think? If he moves up to heavyweight?
Big weight difference.
Well, he may be like 230 if he was at heavyweight.
Without having to cut weight?
Yeah.
Interesting. He's got those chicken
and
legs.
he's going to bulk. Yeah, he does. And you can't do anything about that shit.
No.
You either got him or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Smoke him if you got him?
Yes.
So would he'd have some success. Would he be as successful? Him versus Verdum, that's a motherfucker. I mean, shit.
Because Verdum's on a whole nother level on the ground. I think off his back, he might be the most dangerous, perhaps fighter right now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not besides Jacare, but as a heavyweight, big deal. Jones takes him down. That's Verdum where he wants to be.
And he doesn't even do that anymore. Jones used to always do that. He used to come out, take you down, and then elbow you into oblivion.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and he just keeps evolving. That's why he's the hardest nut to crack, if you will.
Yeah.
Like out of any fighter, because he takes, remember when he fought Machida, he took a round to figure him out. He's like, all right, bitch, I got you now. Standing guillotine, drop you off. Oh, no.
Just left him there.
Fight Shogun for the title. I think he comes out and throws a fucking flying knee right off the bat. Like, oh, my God. This guy just keeps evolving.
He does.
In my book, the best fucking MMA fighter ever.
Probably.
Better than Fedor.
We'll see. If he makes a comeback, I would like to see it.
He will at some point. And it was weird because someone interviewed Greg Jackson and asked him about John Jones, and he would not comment on the whole John Jones. Like, I have no comment. Like, well, can you just say, has he been back training? How's he doing? No comment. Huh. We're going to keep this shit all hush-hush. Okay.
Yep. Why not?
Wow, that question's really long. I'm skipping that.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Greg Jackson.
That's a lot of words.
It's like a paragraph, sorry. Greg Jackson mentioned that Conor McGregor is a hard puzzle to figure out. Is this true? What do you guys think?
You know what? I haven't seen much super different from him, I don't think, in the last few fights. But I suppose the question will be answered when someone does figure out his puzzle. If that, because everyone kept saying that would happen to Jones, but it never did. So it's kind of like, there's people out there who think Conor is a one-trick pony. Maybe he is, but I'd say his striking is pretty on point. He did get taken down a lot in his last fight, and I don't know.
May have had a blown out knee.
May
have not been able to train wrestling for the month, I think is what his coach said.
Which, by the way, Compredo told me he lost money on that fight. He's like, I fucking bet money on that shit. I thought Mendez would destroy him. He's like,
not on 12 days notice.
No, but he's like, that motherfucker. He's like, he has a real training camp. He'll kick his ass. And I'm like, I don't know, maybe, perhaps,
It's a different fight for sure.
For sure, yeah. But both guys, I mean, technically on short notice.
Right.
Conor was training for a striker, and got a wrestler, and the wrestler wasn't training at all apparently. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what's better or worse.
Right.
But yeah, it's interesting. Well, I mean, I don't know. What was the question?
Is Conor McGregor a hard puzzle to figure out? I don't know if he's a hard puzzle to figure out. It's just, you haven't seen him against. I mean, you saw him against Chad on 2 days' notice, and that was really the biggest challenge to date. Before that was Poirier, so he hasn't had like a top 3 besides Chad on 12 days' notice. So let's see him against Aldo. That's the measuring stick.
Good for Chad. He made like $500,000.
Yes,
on
that was awesome. Like great
I'll
on both
I'll
those
take
guys,
that
man.
Shit. And then probably he might have got some pay-per-view money too. I bet.
How'd you like that? 12 days notice. You want to fight for $500,000? Done.
Come in.
I'll kick my ass. I don't give a fuck. I'll put on a fight, and
it's probably the most money he's ever made in his career.
Right, and then you probably got a little pay-per-view backhand for that too. Mm-hmm. 1 million buys or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. Let's see. The odds makers have Conor McGregor as now a favorite over Jose Aldo for the next fight if they do fight, given the fact that Jose Aldo's rib will heal, and he now has more footage on McGregor. Moreover, you're going to get so lost on this. He now knows McGregor's takedown defense and guard is not superior. How can this be? What's the question?
I'm confused.
I'm skipping this one.
There is a lot of footage, but the fact that Conor is like winning in the polls or whatever is bullshit. There's no, come on, man. There's like the greatest pound for pound fighter potentially going up against a guy who's all hype at this point with some not hype, some actual good performances, but he hasn't really shown to be like, you know, so amazingly awesome that he's going to just terrorize the greatest fighter ever probably in the UFC
There's
right now.
a big difference because
crazy.
Take John Jones, for example. If you want to compare like two guys when you see them rising up, you're like, holy shit. John Jones was never losing rounds.
No.
The first person he lost a round to was Machida. And then...
And Matt Hamill.
And well, exactly. The fucking hammer or the silencer in some people's books. Yeah. So this fight with fucking Mendez, he lost 2 rounds. Clearly lost.
Of course.
So there's a difference. This is not the same breed of animal, like fight-wise. And you're going to have to see against Aldo. I still will say leg kicks.
Can I say one thing?
His downfall. Yeah.
That fight will never happen.
Oh, you're going to go on. I like this.
I think Conor McGregor in the tour and all that shit, I think he mentally broke Jose Aldo. I think that Aldo wants no part of that shit.
Why?
I think he doubts himself whether he can beat this guy.
I don't know about that. You've gone 10 years and haven't lost. You can yap all you want. Get in the ring or get in the octagon.
I feel like that fight never happens because of that. I feel Aldo makes up some kind of craziness, or there's all this bullshit with people being hurt and injured and drug testing and everything else and IV bags. And he's out there. I think he's pleading the insanity defense. He's Aldo's like, I'm going crazy.
This will be the topper. So they do the fight. It's going to happen in Cowboy Stadium. Cuts the weight. Uses an IV. Pull him from the card.
Oh, that would be crazy.
Shit.
Dana would shit a brick.
What do we do?
Refunds all around.
Yeah. BJ Penn, can you step in?
Oh my God. At 145.
Catch weight. Fuck it. 155.
He doesn't cut weight.
He still wants to fight.
You think so?
BJ Penn, Conor McGregor.
Maybe. I like it.
Last question. We're getting out. There's a couple I'm skipping. Sorry.
All right.
Logan Johnsey. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck her right in the pussy?
That's a hard question to answer. Do you have an answer for that?
Yeah. Wooden dildos bad for your health. Just avoid at all costs. Think pirate pussy. I don't know.
Pirate pussy. Okay.
But that tastes delicious.
Pirate pussy. What have they got?
Get their booty.
Scurvy on that shit. Got some barnacles and shit growing in there. Like,
delicious.
cut you up in there. Fuck it all up. All right.
Right along. Knowledge. Got anything?
Knowledge.
Yes. Video games are at a lull.
Yeah, I'm still trucking through The Witcher, although I'm stuck now.
Where?
I'm
you still grunting?
No, I'm done with that. I gave up on that. So for now,
go ahead.
I'm fighting some guy and I cannot seem to beat him, and I'm not sure what to do. Like, should I just like run away and back all the way out of the quest, or can you do that? I got sucked into one of these quests where it's like multiple things happening, and somehow there's this badass guy. I don't know if I'm too low of a level, but I get him like to almost dead, like 20 times down, and I die. It's very frustrating. So I'm not sure what I should do. Has that happened to you?
No.
No.
Take care of business.
You are the superior video gamer.
Use your shields. Use your potions.
My potions.
Use your shit.
I don't really know how
use your
everything
cunning.
works. It's very confusing. There's a lot happening in that game.
But you can just leave and go back.
Can you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know
but I have a companion with me who's like directing the quest.
That might be a problem. You might do a little research on that. How do I beat this motherfucker?
Okay.
There are probably some strategies online.
There is.
Yeah. What else? Game-wise. Oh, I tried that Far Cry 4.
Terrible?
I had to return it. I couldn't play it. I was getting nauseous. Usually, video games don't affect me, but the way this first-person one, it was probably... Didn't you have that problem with Gears of War? Like, you would run...
Yeah.
Remember?
It's because the frame rate jumps around, and I think that fucks with my head. Like, if the frame rate's... I'd rather it's 30 frames all the time than 60 to 30 up and down. It makes me, like, really queasy. So, I bet you that's what the problem is. I remember Far Cry 1 was that way. It would jump up and down, and I remember sweating profusely playing that game, and I think that's why, because it's just like your brain is working overtime. And
handle
we're
it.
old now. The last time I played Far Cry, I was like 20. So the game's been around a long time. So
Try to. That's why I love Amazon, because I can just select defective, and then it doesn't give a fuck what you write in the comments. Like, this game made me nauseous. Must return.
yes.
Like, accepted.
Yep.
Here's your return label.
Well, there's really nothing else super good out right now. I think what I have been
Holding out
seeing
for
is a ton of fucking deals on like Xbox old games. You should check out that Tomb Raider. It's only like $9. Yeah. But Star Wars Battlefront is what I'm waiting for.
It's November.
And of course, I'm looking forward. The FIFA Soccer comes out in September. I know you're not into that, but I'm looking forward to that. And then Forza 6. Yeah.
If I could ram cars, that was the problem playing that. They don't want you fucking smashing everybody.
No. It's a racing simulation.
No, bullshit. If I'm in the car, if I'm in the cockpit, you gotta fucking trade some paint. You gotta taste the wall, bitch.
Right. Robin's racing.
That's right.
Trade some paint.
Fuck yeah. That's how I rate. And then they don't like that, or there was some issue. I got flagged, or I don't know. They pulled me out. They red carded me.
Red card.
Is that the right sport? I don't like all this technical bullshit.
Hey, speaking of which,
smash 'em.
do they have red cards in like the soccer that your girl plays?
No, they barely. I mean, it gets violent already in 4th grade.
They don't have a ref. Do they have a ref that pulls yellow and red cards?
No.
I'm wondering.
They get whistled, but nobody gets thrown out.
Okay, because
no one's been thrown out.
I'm wondering if that's coming. My son is very concerned. He's moving up to U8 soccer, and he thinks he's going to get carded. I'm like, well, if you don't do anything, you're not.
Well, don't do anything in front of the ref.
Right.
Do stuff, but just don't get caught.
I'm coaching, so I'm just gonna freak the parents out. I'm just gonna teach dirty shit for like for assuming no soccer, just all like here's how you.
Today, children, we're gonna learn about the effective use of elbows.
That's right.
There's 3 ways you can throw. This way,
Or
that way.
That's right. And you have to make sure you have the referee in your eye.
Right.
They're
Know where
not
the ref
looking-
is at all times.
Yes.
It's typically only one. And if you're behind the play, sucker punching.
Perfect time.
Good.
Kick to the knee.
Kick to the groin.
Yes.
A beanbag, if you will.
We'll see. Anyways,
It all works out.
It
That's
does.
it. I'm gonna shut it down.
that's been this week's edition of MMA Nuts. My name is Ingo Weigel.
Matt Griffith. Thanks for playing.